Mày start pun dah tak bang dah lah. Cái print rút vô slide phải nhắm ngang đây mày.
Hi, Patty. I
Hello.
think we can start now. I will record screen, or you can record screen also at the end of the session. Please share to us.
Of course. So I will record the session if that's okay, so we can distribute to the team
Yeah.
after
Thank
this.
you.
Okay, sure, no problem. Then I will just start sharing my screen. If at any point in time you can't hear me or see my screen, please let me know. Okay, so I'll start the recording.
Recording in progress.
Okay, cool. I'm hoping to make this session an interactive one. So if you have any question on the activation process, please feel free to let me know. If not, then I will just start the session. So as I was saying over the email previously, most of the slides in here are instructional, which means that you can actually just refer to the slides and then follow the steps that were outlined in each slide. So it is actually very self-explanatory. But I would just want to spend a bit more time on like walled gardens and open web activation, because I understand that based on the media plans that you have sent to me, these three particular media partners are the ones that you'll be looking to activate in 2026. So I just wanted to focus a little more on that. And as for the rest of the slides, it is more about best practices that we usually recommend for open web. So I'm just going to go through those sections briefly as well. So first things first, for the activation guide for walled gardens. So for walled gardens, we are actually referring to your social media partners. So for the likes of your Meta, YouTube, X, and as well as Yahoo. So in this case right here, I understand that YouTube activities may not be something that Cambodia is looking to run, simply because of the language limitation that Google is not able to identify the Cambodian language. So based on the media plans that you have shared, we'll just focus on Meta and TikTok. So before I talk about how we activate on those two platforms, right, it is very important for me to kind of like explain what it means to integrate or to activate the tracking on these media partners. So we call these media partners proprietary media partners because they do operate within their walled gardens itself. So the way that we integrate or we activate our measurement with them is actually very different. So right here, there are four different types of integration. The first one is automated mapping. So what this means is that we will be able to link the social media platform to our IAS signal dashboard. And from there, we are also able to automatically map and report on all campaigns for any selected advertiser when they go live on the social media platform. So just to give you an example, if we were able to map the known Cambodia's Meta account to our signal dashboard, whenever the campaign goes live on Meta, we will be able to see the campaign populate on IAS signal dashboard, and from there we're able to map it. So you need to make sure that you map the campaign before we can start getting the data from the campaign. So in this way, for automated mapping, we just need to set up that particular advertiser on the mapping manager. And whenever the campaign goes live on your social media platform, the campaign will automatically show up on Signal, and then we'll be able to track the data from there. So this is automated mapping. Everything is automated, and it just requires a one-time setup. Secondly is self-map and pre-map. So for this one, it applies when we are not auto-mapping any advertiser, which means that we did not set up the auto-mapping for that particular advertiser that you are running the campaigns for. So what this means is that for self-map and pre-map, the campaign will still appear on Signal. It's just that it is not mapped to the dashboard. So while the campaign appears, we do not get any data from them, and you will not be able to see in the viewability in the overview dashboard. So this gives you a bit more autonomy in a sense that you can choose to map any campaigns that you want to map. Whereas for auto mapping, all the campaigns that is under the particular advertiser will be automatically mapped. So self-map and pre-map is actually for more for advertisers who are very particular about the types of campaigns that they want to track with IAS. So between these two types of mapping, it is applicable across Meta, YouTube, X, as well as Yahoo. So these particular media partners will fall under the mapping setup. And the third activation right here is called the self-service pixel creation. So what this means is very simple. It's just that you need to create the one-time-one pixel per campaign under our IAS Tag Manager on the platform. So once you created that pixel, you will have to send the pixel over to your specific representative. So for example, your Pinterest rep, your Snapchat rep, send the pixel to them, and then they will implement it on the campaign directly. And last but not least, this is for TikTok. It is slightly different from the self-service pixel creation, where you actually generate this pixel called MMT, which stands for multimedia tag. So once you create this pixel, you have to create it per placement, and then you also create it under the same tag manager section in the IAS platform. So this is just an overview of how we usually go about activating or integrating the measurement with Walk Gardens partners. But in terms of the detailed steps, I will go through it later, specifically for Meta and TikTok, since these are the platforms that the known Cambodia will be focusing in 2026. So here's a gentle reminder on the global mandate for the known in terms of tracking the various channels with IAS. So for YouTube and for social, which is what I'm going to be focusing on, for YouTube it is 100%, but I understand that there's limitation in Cambodia, so I won't touch on YouTube at all. Whereas for social, which is the likes of Meta and TikTok, at least 25% of the impressions need to be tracked. So this is just a reminder that we still need to track on these social media platforms, even though it's only 25%. So now onto Meta. So for Meta, it's actually very straightforward. You just need to go to your business manager on Meta, and then click onto partners, and then click add. And then you just need to make sure that you select give a partner access to your assets. Then afterwards, these two are very important business IDs that you need to implement into your setup, because this will just enable IAS to collect viewability as well as brand safety data from Meta. Without the brand safety ID, we will not be able to get any brand safety data, and vice versa for viewability. So after you add the new partner and you add our business IDs into this setting right here, just make sure that you choose the assets that you want to add IAS to, and then turn on view performance. So this is the assets review, and this is especially important if you have multiple admins for your Meta Business Manager account. So what you can do is in your business settings, you go to request, and then you can see assets review, where a second admin will need to approve the sharing of ad account information with IAS. Of course, this will not be needed if you're the only admin managing the business account manager. So if you have any question, please feel free to reach out to us, and we're happy to help you with the activation. So for Facebook, it's actually super straightforward. You just have to put in our two IDs, and then pretty much the integration will be done already. Okay, next up for TikTok. So as I was mentioning earlier, for TikTok, it requires you to create a pixel on our IAS signal dashboard. So I'm just going to show you how to do it. First things first is to go to the IAS signal dashboard and then go to campaign setup. But before that, you just need to ensure that your TikTok representative has allowed listed your account for brand safety and viewability measurement. This is super important, because if the rep didn't allow list that your particular account, then we will not be able to report brand safety and viewability, which is essentially everything that we need to report for TikTok. So before you create the campaign, we just need to make sure that either yourself or the client will need to authorize IAS measurement for content level brand safety using this authorization link right here. So what this does is that once you authorize it for that account that you're running the campaigns on, we will be able to pull a content level report on Signal Dashboard to show you the list of content, as well as the category and the gum risk level of which these categories are being flagged for. So this will give you a really actionable insights for your brand safety performance on TikTok, where sometimes you'll be able to see that certain content is driving very high risk for, let's say, obscenity category. And then you can definitely use that content and then exclude it from your campaign in the TikTok setup. So this is important because it does give you visibility into how your brand safety performance is doing on your TikTok accounts. So without this, we will not be able to see the content level breakdown. And then when you scroll down, there's an add media partner. Basically, you just need to add this media partner called ByteDance. We don't call it TikTok on Signal, it's called ByteDance, so just select it. So just to explain a little more about the authorization process, once you click authorize here, it will redirect you to your own TikTok Ads Manager. And then you just need to authorize once per IAS team. So it's not like every time you set up a campaign, then you need to authorize over and over again. It's just a one-time setup. So after you have created that campaign on Signal, you just need to go and download, you just need to go to the tag manager and then download the wrapper. So you'll be able to add additional placement wrapper if you have multiple placements that you're running. And after you're done adding the additional placement wrapper, you can just download them. So this is an example of how the wrapper looks like. It's pretty long, but you can identify it through these different variables right here. And what you do after this is basically to implement it in your TikTok Ads Manager. So this is an example of how the implementation looks like on the TikTok Ads Manager interface. So the IAS tag should be pasted in the viewability field as well as the brand safety measurement field. And only, so if you are tracking viewability only, you just put it here. And if you are tracking brand safety as well, then you also have to put it under brand safety. So both fields need to be filled up. And just one thing to note is that for both tags, they will have to be the same, exactly what you have downloaded from the Signal dashboard. And this is to avoid double counting the impressions for your creatives. Okay, so just to summarize, you need to make sure that your TikTok ad account is allowed listed by your TikTok rep. Then after that, you need to make sure that you create a campaign on Signal dashboard, download the tag, and then implement the tag on your TikTok Ads Manager. Okay, I'm gonna stop here for a while if you have any question on Meta and TikTok, because that is basically the whole activation process for both platforms. And my next slide will be on open web already.
I have a question for the authorization and the TikTok allow list, right?
Mm,
For this one, I mean that in case I am an admin of the TikTok ad account already, so normally we have option to turn on the allow list. No need,
mm.
no need to work with the alert team or what for this one. I mean admin still have to access to turn on the allow list, right?
Yeah.
Or
So
or the
so
list,
basically,
the list
yeah. So
is
for
called
allow
allow
list,
list.
no, allow list basically just means that your TikTok rep will have to enable your TikTok account to use brand safety measurement with IAS.
Uh,
So what you need to do is you need to reach out to your TikTok rep, the person who's working with you in TikTok, and let them know that, hello, can you please allow this the known Cambodia TikTok account to enable brand safety measurement with IAS, because without them allow listing your account, we will not be able to track brand
mm,
safety at all. So that is the first step.
okay, so for this point, we cannot do it
Mm,
except the TikTok representative can turn on
yeah.
this feature.
Yes.
Okay,
Mm,
thank you.
yes, exactly. Then in terms of authorization, basically you just need to be an admin for that particular TikTok account in order for you to authorize the content level reporting. Yeah. So for this one, I would say don't worry about it. The priority right here is to get your TikTok account allowed listed first by your TikTok rep. Then for the authorization side of things, we can definitely look into it together if you have any questions after that. Okay. Okay, just a little bit mindful of the time, so I'll just go through Google Ads. So I understand that for the Google responsive ads, you will be activated on Google Ads platform. So this is the way that you can activate our measurement on the platform itself. So when you go to the account level, this is what you'll see. The third party measurement, this is where we will sit under. But before that, you will need to file a ticket to your Google Ads support to implement IAS for your advertiser account for brand safety and viewability. So similar to TikTok, you have to actually submit a ticket for Google to enable us for measurement. So you can also ask them to enable on by default during the account whitelisting, which means that any campaigns that you create on Google Ads, they will automatically have IAS measurement enabled. So just a very quick reminder as well in terms of the known and IAS partnership. anything that is programmatic will have to be tracked 100%. So we highly suggest that when you submit the ticket to Google Ads support, you also ask them to set this on by default option for all your campaigns. All right. So once you have asked them to implement IAS, when you go to your account level, you'll be able to see us right here. Okay. So you'll see IAS here. Then what you will do right here is basically you can also click on default for new campaigns. So every time you create a new campaign, IAS will always be enabled for your viewability and brand safety measurement. Or in terms of the campaign level, you can also manually check whether IAS is being enabled by going to the campaign setting under third-party measurement, and then you will be able to see IAS being indicated right here. So the vendor ID, if you notice just now, the vendor client ID is actually using the IAS team ID, which I've already indicated right here, which is 39034. So you just need to indicate in this field right here. Okay, so once this is done, then which just means that IAS measurement has already been activated on Google Ads. So what do we do on Signal then? There's one thing that I would like to really quickly share with everybody, which is this feature called the automated campaign management. So what this does is that whenever you create an account on your ad server, for example, your CM360, this will automatically create new tags as well as new campaigns on IAS Signal dashboard. Then you don't have to manually go and create a new one again. So the way that open web campaigns work is that it's a bit different from how like your Meta and TikTok, how your Meta, YouTube, X, and Yahoo works, where for those media partners, right, we are able to have a direct integration with the platform, and when we enable our measurement on that platform, it will be automatically mapped to IAS Signal dashboard. But for open web, it's very different because when you set up a campaign on like your DSP, your Google Ads, your DV360, you still have to create a new campaign on Signal dashboard. So the whole idea of this automated campaign management is to streamline the entire process and to reduce the number of steps required to manually wrap the tag for your campaigns. So what this means is that once we have created an account mapping from IAS to your ad server, for example, CM360, we just need to do it as a one-time setup. And then after that, we create the IAS campaign. And then we can also create a campaign on Campaign Manager and then link our IAS campaign ID to your CM. And then whatever that you created on CM, right, new placement and text will be automatically wrapped. So this itself will definitely eliminate about 4 manual steps in the tag wrapping process. So actually, before I share more about this detail, I just wanted to check for the Google Ads campaigns that you will be running in 2026. Are you using any ad server such as CM360 to traffic the creatives?
We just use only normal Google, not 360.
Okay, so that means that you're not using any ad server. You are basically uploading the creatives directly on Google Ads to run the campaigns. Is that it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, yeah. Then in that case, this automated campaign management will not be appropriate because the whole idea of making this automated is because it's because IAS Signal dashboard is able to be integrated with ad server. So whenever you create like new campaigns or new placement on this ad server and then it's linked to Signal, it will be automated. You don't have to create two campaigns separately. But in a case where you are just uploading the creatives directly on Google Ads, then this section right here wouldn't make sense. So what I would like to go through in the next 5 minutes is basically this one. The use of our tag manager without using the third-party ad server, which you already confirmed that you're not using. So for us to be able to track your open web activities, we need to implement our IAS tags on your campaigns on Google Ads. So this will allow us to track like viewability and brand safety and invalid traffic. So the way that we approach this is right here. So you'll have to first create an IAS campaign on Signal dashboard, then navigate to the IAS tag manager, and then you will need to download and fill up this non-standard tag template that you can download from the tag manager. And then after you fill up, you upload back into the tag manager and then you build the final tags of which you can download and then you can actually upload it on your Google Ads campaign setup. So just to show you the instruction visually, you will need to go into the tag manager right here on the left. You can navigate into tags, and then you look for the campaign that you have created. Just click into it. And then you'll see this interface right here where you'll click into download non-standard tag template. So just call out specifically for display campaigns. Because we are not using third-party ad server, you will not be able to generate any creative text from the ad server. What you will see being generated is basically the JavaScript or the image pixel that you can implement on the Google Ads setup. So this is the example of how the non-standard tag file template looks like. So there are 5 different sections right here. So for placement ID, you can just put any ID that you need, that you want. And for the placement name, you can just indicate whatever placement that you have named it on Google Ads. And then for site, you can just put Google Ads right here. And for the size, you have to put in 1 × 1. And then for placement tag, you can just put NA because it will be generated for you. So after you have filled up the template, you just need to upload it, and then afterwards you can click into build text. So after that, we just need to click into the tag itself, and then just make sure that the page is showing all the placement that you have uploaded in the template. So what IAS does is that it will automatically detect the placement type and apply the most applicable IAS solution. So for example, for this placement, IAS will be able to see that, okay, based on this one, I'm able to monitor or block for that particular placement. But we always suggest that we try to block ads because it will protect you from serving your ads alongside content that is not suitable for your according to your brand. So we just also need to double check that this is the correct media partner that you're looking at. So once you have downloaded the text, right, you'll see 2 different IAS pixels. So one is JavaScript and one is image. So this is for display. We will always recommend to implement the JavaScript because it will help you to measure these 3 media metrics. Because if you implement just the image pixel, you will only track brand safety and invalid traffic. There is no viewability. So for video, same as display, you'll not be able to generate any creative text. However, we do recommend that if you're running any video campaigns, please ask your media partners such as like Google Ads support to check if there's any VAS tag because we can only track viewability if you're using VAS tag. Otherwise, what we'll generate is the image pixel, just like display, and you will not be able to measure viewability, but just brand safety and invalid traffic. So this is similar right here. The setup is the same except for placement tag, where instead of leaving it blank, if you have a VAS tag, you can just include it here so that we can wrap it with our tag as well. So after you upload, then you can click build, and then you can go into the setting, and then just make sure that the correct media partner is showing up right here. So this extra question right here will appear is different from display because this extra question right here, right, is a way for tag manager to recognize that when third-party video tags have been uploaded. So we just need to make sure that the publisher is VPAID compliant. Otherwise, you can just use the multimedia tag right here. So we always recommend that for all video campaigns, we use the multimedia tag where possible because it allows us to track the media metrics across different environments and different devices. And this tag is very dynamic. So it is not like, for example, like VPAID, where it is just fixed on VPAID on inventory. So this is more dynamic and it is something that we always recommend our advertisers to apply. So just note that if you use VAS tags, in terms of the IAS solution, we will not be able to collect any video viewability metrics because of the VAS inventory, and this is an industry limitation. So after you have built the tags, you can just download it, and then you can just apply it and activate it on your Google Ads setup. So one thing to note is that for non-standard tag templates, which is the one that I showed you just now, they can only generate 1 × 1 tracking pixel. So they are not a creative tag. They are just tracking tag. So what this means is that for these tags right here, right, it is just for the purpose of tracking. It doesn't help you to block or it doesn't measure viewability for video if it doesn't fulfill, if there is no VAS tag provided by the media partner. Okay. So I've also added some links right here, so you can look into them. They are basically articles that really comprehensively listed out all the instructions on how you can activate IES measurement across the different platforms. So if you have any query or you need any help in the activation, you can just reach out to me directly. Actually, you don't have to go through the help center, and I'll be happy to support you. So last but not least, this is basically just the IES coverage and across the proprietary platforms, which is like your social media platforms and the open internet. So actually, whatever that was shared in the media plan for 2026, we can track TikTok, Meta, as well as Google Ads. And as for the rest of them, such as like YouTube or I think there's one Facebook BLS buy, if I'm not wrong. But as long as you're running the correct formats where we are able to support measurement for, then there shouldn't be any problem in us tracking or measuring the three media quality metrics for the non-Cambodia. Okay, that actually is the end of my
Patty,
session. Mm.
may I check you mentioned about the correct format, right?
About what? Sorry.
I mean the creative format is related to the tracking rule also.
Yes. Yes.
So the apply for the tracking rule only apply where one or what? I cannot catch this one.
Sorry. It's a bit choppy. Sorry, I couldn't hear that. Can you repeat again?
I mean in order to track perfectly it's
Mm.
something related to the creative format or not.
Ah,
Mm.
okay. So, are you talking about this open web campaign, like the campaigns that are running on Google Ads?
I don't know. I just hear that you mentioned about creative format.
Ah, okay.
Uh,
So,
something uh, something that we need to do with creative format for this one.
okay. So basically for Meta, right?
Mm.
I'll just show you right here. I was keeping the slide because it's really a lot of slides already. But basically, these are the supported video and display inventory for us to measure brand safety, viewability, and embedded traffic. I can share this with you separately, but just to know that if you are running formats that do not fall within any of these right here, then we will not be able to track them at all. So that's for Meta. And for TikTok, we also have a list of coverage in terms of what are the ad formats that we can actually track. So for this, I will also send it over to you. For Google Ads, in general, actually across all display and video formats, right, it is actually pretty standardized. So even if you're running like rich media format, like those very big interstitial high impact formats for Google Ads, right, we can actually still track viewability and the different media quality metrics for them. So there hasn't been any limitation in terms of the creatives that you can run, at least for Google Ads. But for TikTok and for Meta, I do have a list that you can refer to so that you know whether your future campaigns running those creative formats can actually be supported by us in terms of the measurement.
Should it be like before we do the ad setup, should we say
Mm,
the
mm,
creative for you to check if it is
yes.
suitable?
Yeah, but actually, right, most of the formats are covered lah. But if you want to have a peace of mind, you can definitely send it over to me, and I can double check for you whether we can support measurement for them. I
Yeah,
think that will be
that,
better. Yeah.
yeah. So at least we can inform client in advance, so there will be no
Mm,
miscommunication on that.
yeah, sure. So, because currently the media plans that I've received may not be like the most recent one or like the latest one. So if you already have confirmation or you already know what you are going to run in your campaigns, then please let me know, then I can check for you as well.
Thank you.
Mm. Um, okay, so before I end, I know we're 2 minutes late, but just before I end, I understand that for the Google Ads, activation, it might be a little tricky because it seems to have many steps. But I will really implore that you actually look through the slides right here and follow it step by step, because this is like the best way for you to actually follow the exact instruction on how to set up the campaign without any doubt. Because if you try to navigate on the Signal dashboard yourself, then you might get very confused because there are many elements that you need to understand. But I've tried to condense and to make this deck as succinct as possible, so that in terms of following the instructions, it will not be as confusing. Otherwise, I'm always here. You can always reach out to me to help with the activation.
Yep, thank you. Morita, you have any other question?
As the setup in 2026, so
Mhm.
may I have your advice whether it should be ready 1 week in advance or what for this one?
Just to check, you mean just to check for the creative, or is it for activation?
The connection.
Okay. I would say for Meta, it should be as soon as possible. Because once the integration is done, then we can really just leave it. For TikTok and for Google Ads, right? Usually it will happen when you're setting up the campaign on the platform itself. So it really depends on when. But for TikTok, as I was saying just now, it's very important that you reach out to your TikTok rep to allow list the account, so that once this is done and when you start setting up the campaign, you can just go and create the tag on IAS Signal dashboard and then implement it in your campaign straight away. So the allow listing one is ASAP, but in terms of creating tags, applying the tags in your campaigns, it can be done concurrently when you are setting up the campaign on TikTok or Google Ads. I hope that answered your question.
Let me review all the slides first, but I think that mostly maybe TikTok take time because we need to connect with TikTok representative also. It is out of
Yes.
beyond our ability.
Yeah, sure. And for Meta, we already have shared the business IDs as well as the instruction in the deck, so we can just activate it as soon as we can. And for Google Ads, same as well. You also need to reach out to your Google Ads support team to activate our measurement on your campaigns. So ASAP for that as well.
Understand that you will be only from 24, so during your leave, because actually the team will do the setup for January from
Okay.
this week and next week. Are you still reachable, or you have any other team that can support on this if we need any assistance from your side?
No problem. Actually, you can still reach out to me tomorrow. But for Wednesday, from Wednesday onwards, I actually have someone who can help to jump in on the activation. She's someone from the technical team. So in terms of activation, she's actually really good at it. So you can always reach out to her. But ideally, if you can reach out to me by tomorrow, that'd be great. Otherwise, we still have someone to help out if you need.
Maybe you can introduce your team to my team, because actually it's very practical. So it will leave to my team, Molida and and they will reach out to your team for any
Okay.
support. Yep.
Yeah, no problem. Just let me know. I'm still reachable via email, at least for the next 2 days. So any question, just feel free to ping me anytime. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll share across the recording as well as the deck. I think everyone has the deck already, but yeah, I'll share across the recording to everyone after this call. So any question, again, still feel free to reach out to me.
Yep.
All right.
Bye.
Okay.
Enjoy
Thank you
your
so
holiday.
much. Thank you.
Yeah,
Bye,
thank
everyone.
you. Bye bye.
Bye.
Ồ, nhẹ nhại rồi.